Hey, what is up everybody? I know it's been a while since I made my last video, but what can I say? I've been enjoying my summer and working my ass off. So check this out, just check out the video footage here. I finally figured out how to record in ultra-wide. Now, a lot of programs don't let you do it because they basically take frames directly from the video game and, you know, they just don't have settings for ultra-wide. Well, NVIDIA Shadowplay lets you do a desktop recording feature, which does actually support that resolution. So I'm just playing the game and recording in that feature, and it seems to be pretty smooth, working well. This is Hover Revolt of Gamers, by the way. It's basically a mix of Mirror's Edge, Jet Set Radio, and a giant acid trip, and it's tons of fun. I definitely recommend picking it up on Steam. It's early access, but you know, it was funded successfully, and they've been doing a pretty damn good job at developing the game so far, and I'm looking forward to the final product. So let's get into today's video. So recently Michael Pachter just came out, and after E3 he absolutely praised Zelda Breath of the Wild, saying that it's this amazing game, it's going to push NX units, and he's looking forward to how Nintendo's going to do in the future. And he also just recently came out saying the NX is coming out at the right time. Sony and Microsoft releasing incremental upgrades to their systems is actually advantageous for Nintendo because they're not going to be a whole generation behind, blah blah blah. So all these good things, and suddenly all these Nintendo fanboys that hated him in the past for trashing the Wii U, now all of a sudden are praising him and saying, oh my god, Michael Pachter is amazing, he's this, everyone listen to him, he's a, you know, a great analyst, and he's right. Well, here's the thing. If you can't just flip-flop your opinion on somebody based on whether or not they agree with you. That's one thing that definitely bothers me quite a bit about not just Nintendo fanboys, but really any fanboys on YouTube. Is that when Michael Pachter was rightfully trashing the Wii U, saying that this system's not going to sell well, it has these specific problems, Nintendo fanboys were saying that he was wrong and that he should be fired from his job, no one should take him seriously, he's stupid, blah blah blah. And now that he's praising Nintendo, all of a sudden he's this analyst, you absolutely have to listen to him, he's totally right. Now what do I think about Michael Pachter? I actually have high opinions of him. I do think that when it comes to explaining stuff about the video game industry, he's a very intelligent person, he knows what he's talking about, and he's definitely worth listening to. Like, he has old Pack Attack videos where he's talking about, you know, why Sony let Microsoft use Blu-ray, you know, how much money programmers make, what else do they do, talking about paid online and what that actually goes towards. Like, he explains all this stuff in pretty intricate detail, so that's really cool. What I don't like what he does is when he makes predictions, because 99% of the time he's wrong. And yes, I know he's an analyst and he makes predictions for companies and that's supposed to be his job, so I guess you could say that I'm technically siding with the fanboys on this one. But he made the prediction saying that the 3DS was going to get killed by the Vita, and the Vita was going to make the 3DS irrelevant. Even people seeing back when it was released knew that that wasn't going to be the case because of how handheld gamers usually buy their stuff. He just makes all sorts of these different predictions, and they're almost always wrong. So usually not good to listen to his predictions. Even with this right now, he obviously has no idea what the Nintendo NX is because he just described it as potentially a PlayStation 4 in a Nintendo box, which could be correct, but it could be wrong. We don't know. So I'd say definitely listen to him based on what he has to say about the video game industry, because he almost is always right about that. But if he's about to make a prediction, definitely take what he says with a grain of salt. But anyways, back to the fanboys. You guys need to have some integrity and don't hate on somebody just because they disagree with what you say.